Hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog. My name is Jennifer, but everyone calls me Yenny. It is 6:30 a.m. on a Friday, and just like every other weekday, the first thing I do is make my son breakfast. He is 16 years old and I gotta make sure he eats. And this boy loves to eat. So on this day, I'm keeping it very, very simple. I do this every morning. I keep it pretty simple because I am just tired still, and I am not trying to make a big fancy breakfast this early in the morning. So I'm just making him a couple of eggs, a couple of slices of toast, and 2 hash browns. And with all of this boy still found a leftover biscuit from the night before and heated that up and ate that too. So once I drop him off at school, I will be cleaning. I'm going to make yogurt bark today, and I'm also going to make tacos de cazuela for dinner. So I hope that you stick around and join me as I show you all of that. Also, I am getting ready to go for my walk. So I have my hat on now and my shirt's picked up, and I'll be putting on my tennis shoes so that I can get ready to go right after I drop off Jaden. I am trying to stay consistent this time, and I am on day 6 of either going for a walk every day or getting on the treadmill every day. So that is already a big win for me because I have not made it to day 6 in a long time. And here is Jaden's breakfast, you guys. This is what he's having, and like I said, he also added a biscuit to this. Now that I'm watching this back, that looks so good. That is my son's breakfast for today. That is the first meal I make. In a little bit, we still have a little bit of time. I'm gonna go drop him off at school. I'm gonna go for my walk, and then once I get back, I'll make my breakfast. And I am back from my walk. I've already had breakfast, so now it is time to get stuff done around the house. And the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm in my bedroom right now. I'm going to tidy it up and get my sheets in the washer. Okay, so here is what the bedroom looks like. It is a mess. I haven't made my bed yet because I want to wash my sheets and the covers. And then this little table, always a mess. I clean it up and then it just gets right back. That's just where I put everything. I have laundry baskets down here because I did do laundry yesterday. And so now instead of just being empty baskets, they're starting to hold things. So I got to get those out of here. I have a shopping bag from Walmart that I need to put away, my rain boots. Here's a closer look at what the little side table looks like. These are just little lens wipes that I use for cleaning my glasses. I need to get those in the trash. There's always jewelry over here, so I need to get that put away over in my pink room. That goes in the pink room. This just needs to be put away. There's a pack of water bottles that needs to be put away. More water bottles. This needs to be washed. That I'll use to water my plants. I just need to put all this away. More jewelry. And then over here is where my husband puts all the receipts that I need to write down. So I'll probably get that done. He has some candy over here. These are not my favorite. They're a little too sweet for me. So I haven't been eating these. He has. That's what he got for himself. And then over here on my husband's side, he's got his shoes, there's some clothes. His little side table actually looks a lot better than mine, but I'm still gonna get some of that put away. And as you can see, the sheets even came off. He must have been tossing and turning last night, I don't even know. But we're gonna take all of this off and go ahead and get that started before we do anything else. I left this mattress cover on because the last time that I did wash my sheets, I washed this as well. So this time I left it on. I don't know, how often are you supposed to wash those? In my head, it stays cleaner a lot longer because there's still a sheet over it, which is what we actually sleep on, right? I don't know. Y'all let me know, how often do y'all wash these? I probably wash mine maybe once a month, maybe once every couple of months. I don't even know, but I know it's not as often as the bed sheets. The bed sheets, I do those probably once a week. So I've moved on to putting away all of my jewelry. I am cleaning the side tables, the dresser, organizing everything and putting everything back where it belongs. Okay, I'm almost done in here. I just have to vacuum and wipe down the furniture, but it's almost noon, so I need to go get my dinner going in the crock pot. So we're gonna go do that, and then we'll come back and finish up in here. Okay, for tonight's dinner, I am making tacos de cazuela. That is the last thing that is left on my meal plan up here. I don't really follow it by days. This is just to already have it all set out so that when I make my grocery order, I can order everything that I need for these meals. And that way, just on a daily basis, I can look at it and see which one of these I want to make today. So we are left with this one, and that's what I'm going to be making today. And this time, I usually just put it in a pot and let it slow cook, but this time I'm going to put it in the crock pot. I've never done that before, but it's the same thing, so it should be fine. Okay, so I have my crock pot here. This is going to be to make the sauce. I have some chile guajillos and 3 tomatoes. This is heating up with some oil so I can go ahead and sear my roast. Here is my roast. All I'm gonna do is salt and pepper that, and then I'll get it searing and stick it in the crock pot. So I seared my roast on all sides, and at this point my chiles and tomatoes had already cooled down. I had put those on earlier. So they are cooled down, and I'm going to transfer them over to my blender. Now, why I decided to use a slotted spoon, I don't know. I need the water anyways, and this way I made a big mess. But I will be adding about 3 cups of this same water to the blender. I'm going to add a piece of onion, 2 garlic cloves, and a little bit of chicken bouillon. Guys, so I got my salsa all nice and blended right here. My roast looks absolutely perfect. It is seared on all sides, and I have my strainer here, so now I'm just going to strain my salsa into this crock pot. Good enough, you guys. This is all the stuff that we don't want in our salsa. We want our salsa to be nice and smooth. And here's what it looks like. It's all nice and smooth. And it is supposed to be liquidy like this. We want all that juice when we're making the tacos. This meat, once it's nice and tender, I'm gonna take this out and shred it. And then put it back in there, and then we will make our tacos. But it is 12:20 right now, so I'm gonna let this go on high probably for about 4 to 5 hours. Look at this mess, you guys. This is just from breakfast and our crock pot meal. It is a hot mess. I'm going to tidy this up really quick. I'll just skip over that and I'll show you when I'm done, because this is gonna take me a while, and I have shown y'all many times of me washing the dishes. I have said this is where I spend most of my time. I'm always cooking something, so this is what it always looks like. So let me get this cleaned up right now. And just like that, all the dishes are washed. The sink is nice and clean. And look at this mountain of dishes. But I'd rather have a clean mountain of dishes than a dirty one. So I'm gonna let the water run off of these for a minute, and then I'll put all of this away. And over here, I have my cast irons that I also washed. These are so non-stick now, I have no trouble cleaning them. This one was from dinner, and then this one was from the roast that I seared. And I already dried them and I already rubbed them with oil. So those are good to go for another use. We will be back in the kitchen a little bit later, but for now I need to finish cleaning my bedroom. So now that everything is back in its place, the only thing left to do is give it a good wipe down, get all the dust off of all the surfaces, and then lastly vacuum. Now I do tidy up and clean the other rooms throughout the day, but on this day the extra room that I really wanted to focus on was my bedroom. So that is what I'm showing y'all, but I did vacuum the whole house and clean the rest of the rooms as well. Just probably not as well as I did in here today, except for the kitchen. You know, I'm always in the kitchen, so that I always constantly am cleaning it. The dining room, always have to clean it, and the living room, because those are our main areas. So I like to keep those clean every day. And y'all, I was going to wear some nice sandals for this video, but I forgot, and I'm in my chanclas. But at some point I do realize that I forgot to change my shoes, so there is a shoe switch here at some point. I'm finally down to the vacuuming, and while I'm doing that, I wanted to share some exciting news with you guys. I was debating on whether or not to share, but I am so excited, so I have to share. So I have 4 kids. I have a 23-year-old son, I have 22-year-old twin girls, and I have Jaden, my 16-year-old son, which y'all see in my vlogs from time to time. Now, my oldest son and one of the twin girls, they are living in Germany right now. They've been there for almost a year, and now my son, he is coming back today. Later on this day, I will be going to the airport to pick him up, and he is staying for good this time. We are so excited that he is coming back. We all missed him very much. Now, I don't think he will be in my vlogs, but you may catch a glimpse of him in the background probably here and there. And now, before I leave my bedroom for done, I am going to turn on my diffuser. I am adding chocolate and gingerbread here. And it is just going to get the whole bedroom here smelling so sweet and so good. All right, guys, now that all the cleaning is done, I'm gonna go ahead and make us a snack. I'm gonna make yogurt bark. This is one of our favorite snacks and it's so easy to prepare. I have about 2 hours left before I have to go get Jaden from school, and this should be done by the time we get back home. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. I have my vanilla Greek yogurt here, and I'm gonna mix that in with some honey. And then I'm gonna top it with strawberries and blueberries. I just washed these, but I am going to be chopping up my strawberries. And then also top it with some granola. So let me grab a bowl because I forgot to get that. Oh, and I have my parchment paper right here on the pan. Okay, I have my bowl, but let me go ahead and get these strawberries chopped. The blueberries, I'm gonna add them to it just whole, just the way it is. And I'm just gonna chop them up into just small pieces. So before I finished cleaning, I just had to go take a shower. I was feeling very hot, I'm sure you could tell. I was hot and uncomfortable and I just had to go take a shower. I thought it was just because I've been cleaning and cooking and I had went for my walks. I was like, okay, I'm just hot because I'm like moving around. But I started thinking I was pretty hot yesterday too. Now I am always cold. And yesterday it was pretty warm in here, but again, I was like, maybe it's just because I'm cooking and moving around. But then again, last night I was also like, everything I had settled down. I had already taken a shower and everything. And I was like, it is warm in here. And the thought did cross my mind, like maybe the AC is out. And I was trying to think if I had heard the AC come on, because at that time it wasn't on. But I didn't go check. I was just like, whatever, I'll just cool down in a little bit because I always get cold at night anyway. So I was like, whatever, it's fine. And then as I was going to go take a shower, I was like, let me just check what the thermostat is at. So I go and look at it and it is completely off. I was like, oh, it has not been turning on. I don't know how long, probably just yesterday, because that's when I started noticing that it was really hot, which I'm surprised Jaden didn't say anything, because if he's just a little bit hot, he will go check the thermostat and make sure that I didn't turn it up or anything. But he didn't say anything, which was also, I think, why I didn't like pay too much attention to it, because I was like, well, if Jaden's fine, then, you know, maybe it's just me. But yeah, it wasn't even turned on, and usually when that happens, I know it's because the batteries are dead. So I changed the batteries and immediately it turned back on, and it said 80. It was 80 in here. Oh my gosh, no wonder I was so hot. Okay, I chopped up a few strawberries and I think that is plenty, probably even too many. I'm also going to be adding granola and blueberries, so this is plenty. Okay, I actually went ahead and grabbed another bowl because I need to mix my yogurt in with the honey, and I don't want to do that with the strawberries in there already. So I'm probably going to use about half of this container. This is a 32 ounce, so I'm going to use half of this. And I'm just going to scoop it into my bowl. And then I'm just gonna add a good squeeze of honey. And that is probably about 2 tablespoons. And I'm just going to mix this all together. Okay, and that is it. I'm gonna spread this on my baking sheet and then top it with all the fruit and the granola. Okay, you guys, I thought I was recording when I was setting this all up. I spread all the yogurt as evenly as I could. I put the strawberries in there, the blueberries, the granola. And before I had topped it with the granola, I did kind of press down the fruit a little bit just so that it kind of gets in there. But this is what it looks like right now. And I am just going to stick this in the freezer. And like I said, I have a couple of hours before I pick up Jaden. Once I get back home with him, we will take this out and I will show y'all what it looks like after it's been in the freezer for a couple of hours. Okay, I just got back from picking up Jaden from school and I'm gonna check on our yogurt bark. It should be ready. So here it is, you guys. Now I'm just gonna break this up and this is what we're gonna snack on today. It was very rainy on this day, hence the rain jacket, but now I am just breaking this up with my hands. It probably needed another hour in the freezer, but even then, it is so easy to break off. Jaden is there in the background and he's just waiting for me to finish so he can dig in. I broke it all up. It is still a little bit soft. I'd probably leave it in there like maybe another hour, but we're gonna go ahead and snack on it and try this. Jaden's already eating over there. Oh, that's cold. This is so good, you guys. It is not overly sweet. It is just perfect. So good. If you're looking for a quick, easy, healthy snack, try this. It's so easy to make and it is so delicious. I'm gonna put this in a Ziploc bag and then stick it back in the freezer and it'll just harden up a little bit more. Okay, it is 5 o'clock now, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish making dinner. I already shredded my meat, so that's back in the pan and it is very saucy, but that's how I want it to be. And then I have my tortillas here and my queso de Oaxaca, and I just shredded this with the cheese grater because this one is from Walmart and it's really hard to just like, it's supposed to be stringy, but it's hard to pull it apart. So I just shredded it instead. And then I have my comal here heating up. And I'm going to, once it gets a little bit hotter, I'll add some oil so that I can start putting my tortillas in there. This is what the meat looks like. So here is my roast and it is nice and saucy. You want it to be like that because this is what you're going to be dipping your tortillas in. So that's how that looks. Looks so good. And this is my cheese grater that I use to shred this Oaxaca cheese. Okay, so I have some oil in my pan. It has heated up and now I'm just going to start dipping my tortillas in the sauce and placing them on here. And once they're cooked on one side, I'll flip them over, pour the meat and the cheese in there and fold it up in a taco. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and flip them over. And while the other side is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and fill them with some meat and some cheese. This meal does have a lot of steps, but it is so delicious and so worth it. When I'm making meals like this that take a little bit longer to prepare, I make sure I do those on days that I'm not taking care of my grandbaby. That way I can just focus on what I'm doing and enjoy the process. So once I fill them up with the meat and the cheese, I fold them over into like a taco and then I add a little bit more of the sauce on top of it. I made about 15 tacos, I think, and I probably should have made more because I'm pretty sure Jaden could have had some more. But we did have some leftovers and on the next day I did make a few more for lunch. Okay, our tacos are done. Here they are. I made 15 of them. There's 3 of us, so that's enough for 5 each. And I think that should be enough. I probably won't have more than like 3 or 4. Look at how good those look. Here's the inside. Look at all that cheese. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and try one. I'm gonna try one of these first ones that I made so it's not so hot. So good. These are delicious. So good. That is going to be it for this video, you guys. I really hope that you liked it, that you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all. Okay, so I have some oil in my pan. I have my tortilla. Jay, you're making me nervous. That's what it is.